In this Excel data analytics series, we will learn 5 very important Excel functions used in real projects and interviews. They are IFS, SUMIFS, AVERAGEIFS, COUNTIFS and SUBTOTAL. The first one is IFS. Here we have a data set with employee ID, name, department, region, salary, score and their status. Now what we are going to do is we are classifying the employees' performance based on the score what they have received. Here we have multiple scores. We are going to classify into 4 different classes as excellent, good, average and poor based on the score. So the ifs is used when you want to check multiple conditions without writing long nested if formulas. So here what I'm going to do is I'll write the ifs because we have multiple conditions. So I'll write ifs. The logical test 1, that is the syntax. Logical test 1 is what value we are going to give, that is what is the logic for this score. If this value in this cell, if this value is greater than or equal to 80, I will be giving the value as excellent, that is the value if true. So I'll be selecting this cell greater than or equal to 80. I'll be classifying that as excellent. Then logical text 2, the same value which is greater than or equal to 60, I'll be giving the value if true as good. So I'll be checking this value is greater than or equal to 60. I'll be considering this as good. Then again this value greater than or equal to 40, I'll be giving as average. Then anything else apart from all these conditions, if any other condition is true, then I'll be going with poor. Then close the bracket and click enter. So here you could see that the score which is greater than or equal to 80, so it has given as excellent. Now if I just drag it over to all other cells, we could see other categories have been classified. So this if checks one by one condition and returns first true result. So wherever the result is true in the first time, it gives the result. This is about if conditions. The next one is we are going to see about SUMIFS. So here the question is, what is the total sales of South region in January? So we are going to calculate the sales. We are going to calculate the total sales for the region South and also for the month January. So we have multiple conditions and we need to take a total value. So for this, what we are going to use is SUMIFS, because SUMIFS always calculates the value based on one or more conditions, and it is most widely used function in Excel. So I'll be writing equal to SUMIFS, press tab, and the syntax is sum range. So sum ranges, we will be calculating the total value for a numerical one. So here the numerical value is the sales. So that is the total sum range for the sales, comma. The syntax is criteria range 1, criteria 1. So here my criteria is for the first criteria is for the region. So for the region, the range is in this data, I'll be clicking all the range of regions, comma. The criteria from this range, what is my criteria is I just need for South. So I have clicked on South, comma. Criteria range 2 and criteria 2. So for criteria range 2, it is for the month. So I'll be taking the range of month, comma. For January, what is the total sales? So I just click January, then close the bracket, click enter. So you could see for the South region and January month, it is the value we have got the total sales. Suppose if we just go on North region, January month, the value has been changed because it recalculates everything and it has given the total sales. This is about SUMIFS. The third question is, what is the average score of IT department active employees? So we need to calculate the average score for the department IT, and the active employees from the status. So here we have multiple conditions. As like SUMIFS, averages work just like it, but instead of total it gives average. The same kind of formula we can use, but it instead of SUMIFS we'll just use averages. So equal to average ifs, press tab, the same average range, because we will be calculating the average value for the numerical value. So I have selected the score, comma, criteria range 1 and criteria 1. Here the criteria range is for the department, so I have chosen the department, and for that department I need for IT, so I have chosen IT, comma, criteria range 2 is for status, so I'll be choosing the complete status range, comma, we need it for active, so I just clicked active, close the bracket and click enter. So the average score for IT people and their active status is 85. Suppose if I just change this into HR, it will be 56.5. It recalculates the average value. The fourth one is the total number of active employees in sales department. We need to calculate how many employees, how many active employees in the department sales. Here we just need to calculate the total count. We are not going to calculate any sum or average. So this count function will used to count rows that satisfies the conditions. So here I'll be writing equal to COUNTIFS of, the syntax is criteria range 1 criteria 1. So the criteria is department, so I'll be choosing the range of department, that is the criteria range 1, comma, criteria 1 is sales, comma, criteria range 2 is status, so I'll be choosing the status, comma, criteria 2 is the status active. So just close the bracket and click enter. We have 2. So there are 2 active employees in sales department. Suppose if I just change it into HR, it will give again, it is the 2 active employees in HR as well. So the fifth one is February month average sales and total sales. We need to calculate the average sales and total sales for the February month. Suppose if we are calculating the sum and average separately, for example, we are calculating the total sales and average sales. Average sales, it is for all the month. Suppose if you are calculating the total sales for all the month, it will be equal to sum of all these range, so it will be 4,15,000, and for average sales it will be average of the sales, it will be 51,875. Suppose if I just filter the region, if I just filter the region to north, you could see the total sales and average sales has not changed, because it gives the total and average sales for all the regions. Whenever we are filtering the data, it will not change, it will not recalculate. For that purpose, what we are going to do is we are going to use subtotal. Subtotal is very special because it ignores the filter data automatically and it recalculates the result only for the visible rows. So for the average sales, what I'm going to do is I'll just write the formula using subtotal of, so it asks what summarized function I need to calculate. If it is an average, I can click on 1 because average code is 1, comma, reference 1 and reference 2, it asks. Reference 1 is, I'll go with the region, month or region, whatever we want, we can choose. For the region, I have chosen the range, and the reference 2 is we are going to calculate the sales, so I can choose the whole range and then close the bracket, click enter. So now you could see the average sales for all the region. Okay, the average sales for all the region is 51785. Suppose if I just filter the region to, north or south, or I'm just filtering it to north, you could see the value has been changed over here because it calculates it recalculates the sales value. If I calculate it for south only, the value has been changed. But normally when we are calculating this sum and average value, it will not recalculate. The same thing I can do it for the sum value also, because it has calculated the average sales. If we want it for sum, then we can write the subtotal of, for sum we can use the number 9 because it has given for calculating sum it is number 9. So just press tab, and for calculating the total sales for we can now calculate it for month. So I'll just choose month, comma, sales. So now it is 15,000. But if I just filter it with month, say for example if I just filter it for Jan, you could see it will be changed. It is 145,000. If it is for February, it will be changed. It is 138,000. So the subtotal is used heavily in dashboards and reports because it recalculates the results only for the visible rows. So this is all about the 5 important functions in Excel.